Well, guys, we jumped into Heart Machine's latest Hyper Light Breaker. Steve, you and I checked it down in Summer Game Fest in LA, and couldn't wait to get our hands on it. It was tough then. We had better gear. Now, dude, feel the punishment. Boys, off the hop, as tough as it is, I gotta recommend it. Pretty sick game. Cory, where are you at?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Drew. I actually got to watch you guys play it at Summer Game Fest, so I've been waiting for the opportunity to play this game for a while. Yes, it is difficult, but it is rewarding, and that's why I'm definitely going to recommend this one as well. What about you, Steve?
Do you know what? I think there's something here. I am enjoying it. Like we've talked it over 3 times. It's hard. I'm recommending this as well. It is fun, but it's definitely one for the co-op and definitely not a solo game for me.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I feel that. So I've played 4 hours of solo on my Steam Deck, and it was ruthless. It is tough, right? Good news is, works incredibly well on Steam Deck. It is optimized perfectly. It is tough to read because it is such fine print mixed in with this neon text, which is glitchy, right? That's the glitch effect that the game brings. I think the art style is absolutely incredible. But the main hook of the game is go out, gather resources, come back, level up, and then go defeat the bosses that are in the world. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Is that the punishment there? It is a grind to level everything up, right? It is not something you're going to get through in 4, 5, 6, 7 hours and go, hey, okay, cool, I'm done. It is, you're like 6, 7 hours just start leveling yourself up to where you're capable to take these others on, right? For me, it is through and through co-op. Like the 3 of us just played, ton of fun. It is it's hard, but it's definitely a ton of fun. And man, I don't ever want to play this game solo.
Yeah, the barrier to entry on this one is going to be how you decide to play the game. I think if you start the game co-op, maybe going back and playing it solo afterwards, when you understand the mechanics of the games, you've upgraded enough to kind of know what you like and what you don't like, because really every run is a learning experience in a game like this. So when you're first starting out, we have all the basic gear. We don't really know what we're picking up and what works together well and what doesn't. We're just trying to get the highest stats, the most damage, the most health, as much as we can get right off the hop. And that's something that is fairly rewarding when you go around, and there's a lot of checkpoints in different areas on this map that it's scattered. This map has a ton of POIs that you can visit, and it's just a matter of how much are you willing to put up with, because the longer you stay in the world, the harder it becomes. More enemies spawn in. The enemies that do spawn in become harder, so they know you're picking up better gear, so they're going to give you better enemies to fight, and that really, as it scales up, is going to keep this difficulty ramp fairly high. And I think if you're playing solo, you're going to have to approach this in a completely different manner than if you're playing with friends.
But I just want to touch on that though, is I thought I tried a different approach to it, because there is an extraction point. So I thought I'll go out, collect some resources before I die and lose everything. I thought I'll go back to the extraction point and then get out and then upgrade. But unfortunately, the extraction point, as we just mentioned, Drew, it's not straightforward. Yes, you do have a boss and an area to clear, but then you get waves and waves, and I couldn't even extract with my belongings without dying in this.
It's it's punishing to try and get through. Like, to go to extract, I'm like, okay, cool. Like you say, Steve, you got your stuff. I want out.
Yeah.
I don't want to encounter a boss fight. I was like, holy crap, what is this? All right, I was able to hold my own and make it my way through. A lot easier of a boss fight than the actual within the world. At the same time, I'm like, I just want to get back so I can upgrade, right? Like, I want that time to go out, have a good run, grab my stuff, and then bail out. Not have to then defend myself to then be able to extract again. I might as well just keep playing until I die. It's kind of how it feels.
And it was like an arena. It was not like you could really get away from the extraction. You're kind of trapped in there, kind of thing as well.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of a balancing issue when it comes to solo versus the 3 of us playing as co-op. Because I felt when the 3 of us played, we're holding our own, we're doing okay, right? When you're solo, you still get those same amount of enemies coming at you, just as strong, if not what it feels a little bit stronger, because you're solo. So I want hopefully a little bit of fine-tuning on that to allow me, hey, I don't have my buddies, you guys aren't on yet, I'm gonna go do a run, see what I can do to get through that. But my goodness, is it ever tough. And I think some people are really gonna shine at it, and some of the weaker players like me are not.
But you know what? I found the attacks of the enemies was doing more damage on me than what I was damage on them. So, like you said, you get those waves, and as Cory mentioned, is like the longer you stick around in a certain area, it keeps respawning, but harder and harder. And like even getting away from it, like you've got your hoverboards, but that's only as good as how much the energy on
dash.
this hoverboard is, the dash. But to upgrade it is another grind, which I never actually got to, unfortunately, even after 5 hours.
Yeah, the grind has to pay off. If you're willing to put the work in, you're gonna get something out of this game. And it's like you guys said, this game is made well. The art style, the graphics, the sound, everything is actually done really well. I thought the combat mechanics were done really well as well. It just, for me, it's a fun experience. It's hard, but that's the fun part about it. So if you're willing to get beat up for the first little bit until you understand how to play the game, I think that's where this one's really going to shine for people. And I feel like this one's a bit of a hidden gem. Not everyone's going to know what Hyper Light Breaker is, but people really should be looking for this one.